There we go. Hello, everyone.
We're back.
We are back.
And they're back.
And
We're back and you're back. We're all back.
I can't get this to stay. Dang it. Trying to get the booster. Dang it. Up here. There we go. Okay, I got it that time. How is everybody?
We just finished filling water not too long ago.
Yep. Now I gotta pull up the live stream on my phone.
And the fresh water fill there was so weird. It was at a rest stop in Washington State. It was free, so I'm not complaining because free is awesome. But
Free is awesome.
the water fill there was so weird because there wasn't like a spigot that you turned on and off with like a crank handle, like a needle valve, with any sort of valve. It was an electronic button that you pushed, and then it would dispense out about 3 gallons and then stop, and then you'd have to push the button again.
It's pretty strange. First time I've ever had one like that.
Yeah, and when you're filling water when you're filling 118 gallons, it got old because
having to push it.
it's like 90 degrees outside right now in the sun, and I usually like just sticking the hose in to the trailer and then just opening it up and then going and sitting back in the air-conditioned truck. Not today though, but like I said, it was free, so whatever. I will take it.
We'll take it. And it was really cool because where we were stopped at, it had this big sign next to it that showed all of the locations of the dump stations that they have like that all across Washington State. So that was...
We took a picture.
So that was really neat. And now we have the picture for the future, for whenever we need it. How is everybody? We have been driving for...
Ever.
6.5 hours. And I believe, let me see, we only have a little over 2 hours left. So we're not going to be going live for an entire 2 hours this time. We're probably only going to be live. We're probably going to lose signal when we go up over the mountains.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
we'll probably stop going live in about an hour to an hour and a half. Probably just a little over an hour. I wanted to let everyone know, I know that we don't have a ton of people watching right now, but I wanted to let you guys know that Thomas and Stacy from I'm Not Lost in RVing, they're very good friends of ours. They are another YouTube channel that also travels the country, and Stacy's brother-in-law is in the hospital in Florida with... Sorry guys, lost signal there for 1 second, but I'm back. As I was saying, Stacy's brother-in-law is in the hospital in Florida with COVID-19, and he's struggling. He's doing okay right now.
Well, okay.
He's okay.
He's not critical-ish.
No,
he's pretty critical.
I'm pretty sure he's in the ICU.
Yeah,
but,
he is.
As it stands right this second, they don't need to put him on a ventilator. But we're not sure what the future holds right now. And even if he does get better and start recovering soon, it's still going to be a very long recovery process, and he's been out of work for a couple weeks already. So they are fundraising to raise money in order to pay their bills for a little while, so that no matter how long he has to be in the hospital, even if it's just 1 month or if it's 4 or 5 months, depending. We've heard some people that are
still recovering. That got sick back in March.
Yeah, way back in March.
Yeah.
So they're fundraising right now, and we have gone ahead and shared all of their information on our platform, all over all of our social medias, including here on YouTube. And they have a live stream that it's up on their channel, which again is I'm Not Lost in RVing. That live stream is still up. It gives a lot more information. She talks about everything that's going on. And if you are wanting to donate to them, in the description of our live stream, you can find their GoFundMe for him. And you can also find their PayPal, depending on which one you want to use. And the proceeds from those are going straight to helping them pay for their bills and any medical bills that might be coming in, their mortgage, all that good stuff. They were able to raise some money yesterday, and they were able to raise enough to cover their mortgage for the month, so at least they don't have to worry about that. But he is still very, very, very sick. So we're just asking that even if you guys can't donate, that you at least hop on over to their channel or one of their social media platforms and just send them some love and just tell them that you're thinking about them and that you care about them, and that
if you're religious and you have a prayer circle or something similar to that, if you could just add her brother-in-law to your prayers, then that would mean a lot to them. And if you're not religious, just keep them in your thoughts.
But it would be really nice if you guys would at least hop on over there to let them know that you're thinking about them, even if you can't donate, because they're in a really hard emotional spot right now. And yeah, he has a little boy, and he's really afraid he's never going to be able to see his family again. So if you guys could at least just hop on over there and tell them, how much you care for them, or that they're at least in your thoughts, that would be wonderful. So that's all we ask of you guys. But if you are able to donate, there are links down in the description of this video for you.
Oh, thank you.
AK Disney says, hi, it got up to 108 degrees Fahrenheit in California. Wow.
Yeah, we're near Yakima, Washington, and it's almost 90. Yeah. It's really hot here, too.
Still hot. Franklin's on. Hey, Franklin.
Hey, Franklin.
He says, hi, David and Jenny and fur babies. Look at that weirdo right there. Look at that weirdo right here.
How's your evening going, Franklin?
Look at this baby. What? She's playing. She's tired of napping. She's playtime now for Alice.
She's been sleeping all day.
She has been.
Yep. She's got a lot of kitten energy she needs to burn off.
She's still very much a kitten. It's hilarious.
I hope she stays that way forever.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Aw, baby. She doesn't want me to go away. She's hooking her. She's pulling my hand towards her. I think you guys can see her okay.
So what's going on with me?
She's she's being so gentle. It's adorable. The event. Woo! I've seen them in a lot of our live streams. Hi guys. Teresa Tom says, good evening, drive safe and have fun. Are you driving safe?
No. I'm driving very erratic, very dangerously. I'm speeding and I'm brake checking constantly. And I'm swerving too.
He's lying. Oh, guys, this is actually really pretty. I'm going to turn this around.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is really pretty.
Sorry about the bug guts. There's really nothing I can do about that right this second.
You liar. No, I'm joking. I don't know why I said that. I don't know what's wrong with me.
There we go.
That is cool.
There, you guys get to see a really pretty view now. The Adventures of a Renaissance Man says, by the way, missing your exit just means you're normal.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, we're all human. Humans make mistakes.
So, do you guys have any questions for us while we're driving down the road? When we're doing these live streams while we're traveling, I like to answer questions for you guys, whether it's RV related or not. Just leave them down below, and as I am scrolling through, I will answer to the best of my ability. And hopefully, in the meantime, the views look really pretty. Franklin says it's going great. How about us?
Going good. Be
Yeah.
a lot better when we get to our destination.
Yeah,
Tired of being on the road.
We've been driving a lot in the last month, and
Yeah, I'm pretty road weary.
We're really tired of driving so much. So we're ready to be done, but luckily we only have a couple of hours left.
I would really like to get to a point where we're only driving like a couple hours or so to our next destination. I'm really tired of 7-8 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Long drives are getting old.
Uh-huh. But we got places to go. We got people to see.
Yep. Things to do.
Yep. That's right. It's just unfortunate that those things and those people are on the opposite side of the country all the time.
Yep. Very true. Mark says 97 degrees in Ohio, in northern Ohio today. That is awful.
It's humid there too.
Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that. Roger says, hi there from Nebraska. Did we have a good 4th? We did have a good 4th. I cooked for my grandparents, and then they went to bed. And we stayed up and we're just standing outside watching some of the neighborhood fireworks, and then we went to bed too.
No, wait. You forgot to mention, I did our taxes on the 4th of July.
Yeah, David did our taxes.
It was awesome. It was so fun, you guys. Oh,
it took him all day.
I can't believe it. You know, it sucks. I only get 1 day of income taxes a year. I can't wait till next year's taxes. Can't wait. Favorite day of the year.
Juan Navarro says it's 110 in Phoenix right now. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Concats3 said, I remember when Alice went hiking as a tiny kitten. So cute. It was absolutely adorable. We're very excited to get her back on the trail once she's all completely healed. She's still healing up right now, so we're hoping to get her on the trail, or at least have her outside a little bit more here very, very soon. Duncan Ratcliffe says, what do we have planned in Washington? We're just going to be camping up in the woods right now, up in the forest. We have some of our friends from Washington driving out to camp with us. Is that a volcano?
Yeah, that is. Does that say Helen's?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Wait,
no, that's not.
But it has no top.
I don't know. And I can't look at it because my phone's navigating, so it's not going to tell me what the mountaintop is called.
Mount St. Helens is in Washington, right?
I don't think it's this far over. I don't think you can see it from here.
It has no top.
Can you guys tell me what
mountain, Bigfoot Mountain volcano is directly east or west of Yakima?
Yeah. We can see it way off in the distance, but I don't know which one it is.
It's got to be St. Helens.
I don't think so.
It has no top. There's no top.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's St. Helens.
If I say it more, does that make it?
No.
All right, what do you think it is? $100 on St. Helens.
I don't know. I don't even want to guess because I have no idea. It says Mount Rainier. People are saying it's Mount Rainier.
No.
You cannot see Mount Rainier from here because we're not even over the mountains yet. We know where Mount Rainier is. Sham says, David, I encourage you to let your wisecracks fly.
All right. Gotten some encouragement.
Mount Adams.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean,
it makes sense. Some other people are saying that it is Rainier, but you know what? I am just going to look. I'm just going to pull it up. See, I don't know if you can see. It might be rainier.
I mean, it very well could be.
I didn't think you can see.
You have that.
Yeah, remember it doesn't tell me the name of the it doesn't tell me the name of the mountains while I'm navigating.
Well,
I have to
Jenny,
close navigation.
we'll just keep it because I mean, if it, yeah.
There are multiple people are saying it's Mount Adams.
Okay. I could, whatever. You know, and it also could, it might just look like it has no top because it could be shrouded in clouds.
Yeah.
And it's so far away that, like, I can't really tell if those are clouds or if there's no mountain top. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Anyway, that, whatever.
I have lost my spot. Dang it. Oh, here we go. Gary says, apparently David got a good night's sleep with all of the sarcasm.
Fair enough. Actually, Jenny took over for me for a couple hours, or maybe an hour, not too long, but, and I think I got a nap in. I can't really tell. Like, I slept, I think. I don't really know.
I think he slept, but I don't know.
I also.
Hall says, are we ever going to get Alice a harness that fits her and take her hiking again? We actually did buy her a larger harness, and it does fit her much better now, and we will be taking her hiking again, but she is still healing from her surgery. So as it stands right now, she will not be hiking with us anytime soon. Maybe in a month I will feel more comfortable shoving her in a backpack, but her stomach is still healing. So
shoving her in a backpack. Yeah, right. She willingly crawls in.
You are taking this.
All right, you got it.
Juan would like to know, where are we now? We are traveling through Yakima, Washington right now.
In half a mile.
Yakima.
Yakima.
West to Wenatchee Pine Pass.
I saw one of the exits way back when you were taking a nap said Yak and Tack.
Yak and Tack?
Yak and Tack.
Well, that's weird.
It was so funny. Concast3 wants to know, how did Butters get her name? So
31, then keep right.
I was originally going to name her I was originally going to name her Butterscotch, and because of her color. Keep right.
Yep.
But then sweetie.
Yeah.
But then I didn't like her name being so long, and I wanted a shorter nickname for her. And luckily, Butters is a name of a South Park character that I find hilarious, and it's a show that David and I used to watch when we were a lot younger, and it's still funny now. We just don't watch it very often. But at the time, we watched it, and one of the characters on there is named Butters, and it fits because it's kind of short for butterscotch. And so her name was Butterscotch the first time I took her to the vet, but afterwards I decided I didn't like that anymore, so I just kept it short to Butters, and that's all we call her now, is Butters. Her name is not Butterscotch, even though her first vet still has that in the system.
I like Butters way more than Butterscotch.
Yeah. You're just over there cracking up about Butters.
It's a funny name.
David's just over there whispering Butters.
I don't know. It's just a dumb name. Who names a cat Butters? I don't know.
We do. I do. I
do.
name a cat Butters. Adventures of a Renaissance Man wants to know, do we ever have houseplants in the RV? I thought you used to. We actually do. We still have the same plants that we had when we hit the road. They are both succulents, and they're doing great. Both of them are.
Yep.
They're still thriving, no problem at all whatsoever.
One of them's named Lola, and the other one's named Perp.
Yeah. All right. Daniel and Carol want to know, they say, we are going full-time within the month. We'll take delivery of our 24-foot, 4-inch travel trailer later this month. What is the number one piece of advice or info you wish you knew your first month full-timing? The number one, so it depends. If you're staying in an RV park, I don't really have any advice there. But if you're going to be boondocking like we are, the number one piece of advice I can give you is never, ever pull into a campsite without walking it first. We got stuck in the mud so many times our first month on the road because it kept raining and we didn't think the campsites were going to be wet enough that we would end up getting stuck at any point in time, but then we did. So that is my number one suggestion, is to walk a campsite, maybe drop your trailer somewhere as soon as you enter into a national forest, some empty campsite, and then scope out ahead of time, something along those lines. And then another piece of advice is, if you've never been RVing before, make a list of things that you need to check before you start pulling your rig down the road. I've seen lots of people that don't have their awning rolled in all the way. I've seen lots of people that still have like their max fan open. Maybe a slide isn't in all the way. Make sure you do a walkthrough and have a checklist.
Double check each other.
Yeah, double check each other. I would check David's outside stuff, and then he would check my inside stuff. So
are they say they're taking delivery of their first RV?
Yeah.
So another piece of advice is to do a shakedown trip.
Yeah.
Before you head out, are they going time? Sorry, I was driving.
Yes.
So okay.
Yes.
So before you just like head off, and start traveling all over the place, do a couple shakedown trips that are to places very close to home, so that if there's an issue, you figure it out right away, and then you're not left high and dry in the middle of nowhere somewhere unfamiliar. So go camping somewhere that's like 20 miles away from home.
Okay, Dan Iron says you can't see Mount St. Helens from where we are.
Okay.
Rainier is farther northwest from where we are. That is Mount Adams.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Dan. Roger says, hi there. I've not been on here for a while. How has the virus affected our journey? So the virus has affected our journey by making it so that we don't want to go hiking where there are going to be other people. We don't want to go to attractions where there are going to be other people. So for the time being, we are avoiding those completely. No matter how minorly trafficked a trail might be, I would prefer to not be on it if there are going to be other people there. So right now we've just been enjoying our campsites. We've been enjoying exploring around the national forest, but not hiking where there are going to be other people and not exploring where there are going to be other people. So that's what we have done. It has been, for a lot of people we know, it's been a lot more difficult to find camping, especially dispersed camping, because a lot of campgrounds are still closed. Even though some of them are open, people are still having a hard time booking them. And so we know that a lot of people are having more trouble finding dispersed camping, but so far we have been okay finding dispersed camping. Peter Dominic would like to know, I'm sorry if you've already talked about this somewhere, but is there a particular caulk that you would recommend for sealing roof seams on a pop-up camper?
Roof seams?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I'm not sure about on a pop-up camper, but I know that on our rubber roof we use, is it Dicor?
Yeah.
We use Dicor. It's a silicone.
It's a self-leveling lap sealant.
Oh, self-leveling lap sealant. I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, if he's talking, if the roof is attached to a fabric, then I really have no idea.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure. Maybe there might be some of our viewers here in the comments might be able to answer that if they've ever had a pop-up before or know of something like that. But I know that we have a rubber roof and that's what we use.
Yeah, Dicor for rubber roofs is awesome.
Someone else says, Peter, you need Dicor lap sealant.
There we go.
Yep, multiple people are saying it's Mount Adams. That you can
All right,
see
cool.
that you can see from Yakima.
That's probably why I didn't recognize it, because I haven't seen Mount Adams much.
Evan Collins says, I would love to have the travel trailer lifestyle, but I would be very nervous about pulling a trailer. Did you experience nervousness when you first started driving while pulling a trailer? I believe that our first trip ever pulling the trailer was incredibly nerve-wracking. We were both very nervous.
It was nerve-wracking for about the first 15 minutes because, and I'm not joking, when we went to pick our travel trailer up, that's the first time I've ever towed anything ever. But I did a lot of reading about how to tow a trailer. I got a lot of advice from my dad, who has towed trailers for his whole life. So I kind of knew what I was getting into, but I had never done it before. But it was fine, you know. I'm a quick learner, and we were all right.
Yep, not bad at all. It was more nerve-wracking when when a big rig would drive by. Sorry about the color.
Maybe angle it down a little.
That's what I'm trying.
No, it was more nerve-wracking, like going through like intersections and stuff, or any like narrow area.
So, Sir Womp wants to know, when pulling into a gas station to get gas, do you keep your propane tanks on or do you turn them off before pulling up to the gas pump? We just leave them on. There's no need to turn them off when you pull up into a gas pump.
I mean, that's a good point, though. I actually never even thought of it. I mean, it is an open flame.
It is an open flame.
Probably a good idea to shut it off.
But it's but when we pull up to a gas pump, the propane light for the refrigerator is way back at the back of the trailer. It's not near the gas pump.
It's true. It's nowhere near it.
It's not near the gas pump.
But still, I never thought of that. I bet it is recommended to shut it off. I mean, it is an open flame. So, I don't know.
Co-Sider wants to know, what will be the first thing you do on your first full day in Washington tomorrow?
Work, edit video.
Yeah, we're working tomorrow because it's going to be raining.
Yeah.
So we cannot do anything tomorrow.
I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna make coffee, and then I'm gonna get right to editing video, and I'm gonna do that for 10 hours.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Broken Hippie 134 says, did you make a good snack on the road? We ended up actually stopping at Burger King and we got 2 Impossible Burgers. They actually had a deal. What was it?
2 for $6.
2 for $6.
2 Impossible Burgers was cheaper than 1 Impossible Burger.
Yeah, it was really good. Jennifer said, I always wanted to know if it was because of South Park. Butter's name. Yep, it was indeed.
There is. It was indeed.
Vic says, oh cool, you're going along the Natchez River. Beautiful drive. Yes, we've actually made this drive once before, and it is beautiful.
I love these mountains.
It's still really dry on this side, and I'm excited to get into the tall trees.
Yeah, I'm wondering when it's going to green up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how long it is before it starts greening up. Broken Hippie says, I'm so happy that's why her name is Butters. Jennifer, yes, Butters' name on South Park, full name is Butterscotch. It's actually Butters Stotch. And Butters, our cat, her full name is actually Butters Scotch. Her middle name is Scotch.
Yes, that's right. Our cat has a middle name.
Our cat has a middle name. Yep. So I guess her name is technically Butterscotch, but it's 2 words.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but they have asked, was it difficult to acclimate to only living in the trailer? It did take us a couple of weeks, but we luckily were able to actually get used to it before we hit the road. When we first moved into our trailer, it was April 8th of 2017, and we didn't actually hit the road until July 8th of 2017. Hey, we're only 2 days away.
Yeah.
We're 2 days away from our 3-year anniversary on the road, so that's cool.
Nomad anniversary.
Nomad anniversary. So we had those few months to get used to it, and so it wasn't bad. It didn't take very long, and once we actually hit the road, we were already acclimated to it. People are saying that this mountain right in front of us is Mount Clemens, maybe? I'm not sure. W. Cole wants to know, do we use a weight distribution hitch? No, we do not. We are completely level, our truck and trailer together, and because of that we have no sway issues. Our truck is also way overpowered for the trailer that we have, and our truck actually weighs more than our trailer. And our trailer has 2 axles, so it is very stable back there, and we have no sway issues or anything like that, so we do not need a weight distribution hitch.
And our truck is a long bed extended cab too, so that longer wheelbase and rig stability.
Yeah. Matt Hughes says, first thing is to make shrimp udon. I made that last night. And my grandparents, they were nervous about it being the meal that they ate. What are you doing?
I'm gonna stop here for diesel.
Okay. They were nervous about it being the meal, so they made their self food, and then they just tried it, and they loved it. So I'm going to be emailing them the recipe.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto 3rd Street.
We're in the diesel spot.
They were nervous about it being their meal, so they just tried it, but I'm glad that they liked it. So I'm going to be sending them the recipe so that they can make it on their own.
Let's see how this goes.
Does that sound clear over there, half diesel?
Yeah, but it's $10 or $10, 10 cents a gallon cheaper here.
Oh, okay.
So.
Get in right here. Oh,
Yep.
Butters is in the window.
Climbing up for some reason.
Yeah. Butters, what are you doing?
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Shaker Avenue.
Alright.
I'm gonna turn this back around for you guys.
Be right back.
Butters is being very silly. There you go. Butters. Alright. Hi, Allie. You guys get to look at Butters' ear right here. It's right in front of the camera. Hi, what are you doing up here? What are you doing up here? You gonna hang out? Sometimes Butters will sit in the window, but normally only when we're stopped. Can you guys, oh yeah, you guys can kind of see Alice. She's got her paws up so that she can watch David and the other vehicles driving by out the window. It's so cute. Hi. Hi. What is going on, huh? Look at Allie. You guys can see that her stomach is healing up very nicely. You can, oh, Butters, you can kind of see. Not even red anymore. She's doing really good. She's doing really good. She just likes to hang out and look out the window. And Butters really hated her being close. Oh, cool. Jarhead and Ginger's Journey says, hello from Okinawa. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Japan. That is amazing. It says, we moved back to the USA in 54 days to start our full-time RV adventures. That's amazing. Hello from just outside of Yakima, Washington. Watch out. Now Alice is getting in the window. David's cleaning the windshield. And David's cleaning the windshield and Alice finds it very amusing. So that is so cute. What is he doing? What's he doing? Did you see that? It's very, very cute. Alice is absolutely adorable right now. Alicia McCoy wants to know, do you boondock in many places I could get my Class A 33-foot into? A 33-foot Class A should be fine to get into most places that we've been to. And the only issue that you would really run into is clearance issues. And we don't even run into that very often. It's normally just so where we camp is we like to go deeper into the woods or into the BLM land or National Forest or whatever it is that we're camping in at the time. You were so cute. Did you happen to see what Alice was doing?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And when we go out and camp in Alice, you're such a turd. When we go out and camp in those places, we normally try and find a site that is more difficult to get to, but before we get out there, there are normally a lot other sites along the way that are much easier to get to. So most places, I think that you could get your 33-foot Class A to most of the places we've been to even. And we have a lot of campsite reviews on our channel. If you go to our playlists, you can find all of my campsite reviews on there. And there's only a handful of them where I would say that you wouldn't be able to get a big Class A into. It's a Butters photobomb. Yeah. Now she left because oops, sorry. She left because Alice came up here.
All right.
Good.
Yep. Sweetie, get out of
That
here.
down here.
What are you doing?
Well, it smells like fuel.
Smells like something.
Well, all I smell is fuel now that you've come in.
All right.
Are you gonna be able to make this turn? Or do you need to go out and come out right there or something to turn? It's kind of a U-turn to get back on the highway right here.
Yeah, I'll probably swing down there real quick and then go out.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we stopped here.
Why?
Because Mari says this is the last fuel before you're in the mountains.
Yeah, that's why I decided to stop. I was like, all right, I don't know if there's going to be fuel after this, so.
Sweetie looks ready for some wide open spaces. Sweetie is always ready for wide open spaces.
Yeah. She wants to play some fetch, throw a stick, throw a frisbee.
Get in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll like getting in that water. We're going to be near a body of water, and the water is going to be
cold.
Ice cold. Ice cold.
She is quite the water dog, though. All right. Oh, what, Alice? What are you doing here?
So Butters jumped up here, so Alice came up, and then when Alice got close, when I was showing off her her sutures to see how they'd healed up, Butters got mad, and so she left. And now they have switched spots for some reason. So now Butters is back there, and Alice is right here. Butters looks kind of perturbed.
No, I'm sure she
Alice is more upset. Alice does not like riding up here. Sweetie, don't lick Butters. She doesn't like that.
But why not?
Iron Jaws wants to know, what are your thoughts about boondocking in grizzly country? I don't know. I'm really nervous about boondocking where there are grizzly bears because grizzly bears are a lot more dangerous than black bears. But, you know, it's important to be bear aware. It's important to do what you can. And we're very cautious and conscientious about that. So,
I'd be okay with it.
David would be okay with it. I would probably be very scared the whole time we're there. So, it depends on if we see a bear, I guess.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
No part of me really ever wants to see a grizzly.
Yeah, this cord is going out because my phone isn't charging.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Miss Mountain Sunny asks, are we going back to see family? We will be seeing family in Washington, yes, but right now we're not going to see them right now.
We're not going to be staying with them.
Yeah, we're not going to be staying with them. We're going to be camping in the mountains, and we have some friends that are going to be driving out the mountains to camp with us, and then we will be visiting family for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think only 2 weeks, and then we're going to head back out into a different part of the mountains. And then people might be coming out to camp with us then too.
Better be.
You just say better be?
Well, yeah. Meltdown replacement.
David Sadie says, have you read the new Hunger Games book yet? I didn't know that there was a new Hunger Games book yet out at this time. What's it called? I didn't know that there was one. Because now I want to read it. Scott Henning says, I love that you travel with all your pets. Do you have 2 rabbits too? How does traveling with all the pets work out? Did you always have that many pets? Happy travels. We do still have 2 rabbits. We have a white rabbit and a brown rabbit. They're both 4 years old. And we had all of our pets before we hit the road except Alice, who is our gray cat that was just up here. And we got her 2 years ago when we were actually here in Washington. We picked her up, and we weren't planning on getting another animal, but we stopped to fill our water at an RV park, and the camp host at that RV park just so happened to be fostering like 20 kittens, and one of the litters was Alice's litter. She actually had 2 litters that she was fostering at that point in time, and the reason she was fostering them is because she's getting back in the window. The reason that she was fostering them at that point in time is because both of their moms had been hit by cars, and then the litter was found for her to foster.
Oh, nope. No good. No bueno.
Lay down. Anyway, while we were there, she was having David hold all of them, and I knew myself. I knew that I could not get out of the truck, because if I got out of the truck and I started holding those tiny kittens, that I would be so sad that we weren't going home with one. And then after about 20 minutes, no joke, I was hiding in the truck for 20 minutes just watching from afar. And David went, Jenny, you should come out here and hold these kittens. So it's his fault. It's his fault that we have Alice.
Everything she's saying is true.
It's his fault. And he had me hold this tiny kitten. She was 5 weeks old at the time. And no joke, she fit in the palm of my hand. She was so tiny. And she just like curled her paws in and started to fall asleep. And while she was just falling asleep, I had her like up against my chest like this. And I just bent my head down to kiss her. And when I did, she turned her head up with her eyes closed and just touched her nose to my nose and held it there. And it was the cutest, sweetest thing that has ever happened to me with a cat before. And I felt like she picked me and that she wanted to come home with us.
And she still does it to this day.
She
Alice
does.